Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Parish Lanteglos by Parish Council. And we're holding it in Whitecross Village Hall on Tuesday, 28th of June, and we're starting a bit late at 7:05, or 19:05. So, councillors, welcome. Well, welcome to you all. We now go into public forum. Any questions from the floor?
Yes, please.
Mr. Hill was first.
Oh,
Well, ladies first.
All right.
thank you. Yes, about our lay-by. Then our lay-by. You know, Nina said she can see into it,
Yeah.
but we still haven't had nothing done.
Right, so we'll have to. This is the lay-by down at the Dunick. Edwina said she'd look into it, and she hasn't. It's full of potholes, is it?
Yes.
Need repairing.
And now somebody's hit the wall as well down the far end. So that's falling down.
So we'll let be sent to Edwina asking for a visit
I
on
think
site
so, yeah, and then get us to meet her again, that's all.
to arrange a time and date and place.
I know she promised to do it last time, but and then, you know.
She's probably forgotten it. Yeah. Anything else, Stuart? Yes, please, Mr. Hill.
Wondered if there was any update on Bones Meadow Path, whether any more is going to be done to it and when?
Well, there's only rumours of the Bones Meadows footpath, but
Well, the
these
rumours
are not proof. Bones Meadows footpaths all quiet. Nothing heard from anywhere.
No, I just wondered.
Yeah, I haven't heard a thing from anybody. Except scurrious rumours, so I don't wish to repeat them. How's that? Next question, please.
Oh, yes, one more. Just forgot something. Oh, yes, when is the new seat being put down on the
That's going to be discussed in private. The new seat down on Budinick, corner of Budinick there.
Yes.
That's in hand tonight.
I don't know who cut it, but whoever done it.
I've got a funny feeling the council's been
Did
very
they?
budget.
Yes, we haven't put the extra on it, so we haven't had a chance to get down on it.
No, I know you can't get to the seat yet, but
Down Essa and the lead, that's been cut, and I can only assume it's council work in
we
certain
are.
areas.
Farmers might like to cut the hedges, really.
But it is on.
Well,
Do you not know the roadside the line in the field,
this is kind of.
the highway side,
I'm looking at what it is now.
CAR.
CAR.
CAS.
CAS, there we go.
Not for long, huh?
Hey, not for long.
Not for long.
Right then, any more questions please from the floor? Right, finally, Councillor Wilde has not attended a meeting now for more than 6 months, and by the ruling, non-attendance of 6 monthly meetings is councillorship before you, is it?
Yes, we should. Yes, we can declare the vacancy.
We can declare the vacancy. Is every councillor happy with that? As I was promised a letter of resignation, I've never received one, and the time limit has passed.
Do we have to resolve this or not?
We don't have to. No, we don't have to.
While there's 2 vacant seats, I don't see the point. So I propose we just leave it in place for now.
Until such time as we do have a letter of resignation.
Well, he's already it's already void now because he's got non-attendance of 6 meetings.
Yeah, but we don't have to.
You don't have
We
to.
don't have to.
Right.
Leave it as it is.
So the wish of the council is we leave it as it is. Proposer, second please. Show of hands. Next is MPP steering group.
Just for information.
Just for information. Right. As you know, the neighbourhood steering group met in camera on the 21st of June to set up the way forward. After that meeting, it will be open to the public.
Every meeting.
Every meeting after that. Is that correct? Pat?
Yes. but we would like to know who's coming beforehand so we can make provision for them, because the setup is not the same as this.
So you, would you like to tell the public?
Yes. Meetings, the next one is going to be on the 27th, Wednesday, in the WI Hall in Polruan. Members of the public are welcome to attend, but we need to know beforehand that you will be there so that we can make provision for you, like put out a chair. Because the setup of the meetings is not like this. And because the steering group is made up of members of the public, largely, recording will not be permitted.
PA 16/03148, Reading Room, West Street, Polruan. Listed building consent for the replacement of 2 timber sash windows and 1 timber panel door in heritage style, items in PVC.
It's like that, would be where it was.
Yeah, but there's a lot of plastic in the village, all the down in the village now, so you can't really say anything about it, provided.
Yeah, well, I hate for the reading room to be caught the same as one gentleman down, was it 29 4th Street was? He had a lovely set of fitted window doors, all wood, all specifically made. And then 4 or 5 years later, he got told to change it to plastic because it was listed. So,
Without doing that, staying with them entirely, not us, John, is that
well,
right?
that's right. If we give planning permission, then
We don't. We support them.
we support it. But then it's up to county if they say no.
That's up to them. That's, there are numerous places with plastic around here, so I don't think we can object to that.
Given that it's a reading room, and there's hardly very many of them left in the country, if any at all, it may not be listed or a heritage asset or not, but surely a bit more of an emphasis should be put on that.
Yes.
Maybe more as a non-designated heritage asset, given that, you know, Polruan still owns a reading room. You know, and it would be nice to see it preserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100% with Councillor True. You know, because we have a conservation area that hasn't been very well conserved in terms of plastic. But equally, you know, as it is a piece of history that is publicly available, I think a bit more effort should be put into it.
I think it's trying to shut the stable door to the horse and boat.
Well, that's not be defeated, we can still try.
Who actually owns it, Maya?
The town trust.
But we can still try and say.
We could approve it. I
Yeah.
must admit, these days the plastic sash windows and doors are really hermetically sealed. They're good sets of kit and they're maintenance.
West Street, opposite the
Yeah,
Russell.
I know.
Opposite the Russell.
Replacing that door and those two
There's
windows.
laws about windows, because obviously I had new windows fit in my place, and the law was quite strict on, because of the ozone
Yeah.
and the emissions of keeping heat in and stuff, that they might not have a choice but have to put it in.
But this is a room that isn't heated all the time. I mean,
I think I'd be inclined to support what Vic is saying.
yeah.
Proposed and seconded, please.
Sorry, what is it?
The proposal is we support this plan now.
Support or just not object?
Support.
Support it needs to be done.
No, the proposal, you know, what's in the, is here, is it's 2 timber sash, it's replacement of 2 timber sash windows and 1 timber panel door in heritage style items in PVC. That's what we're being asked to support.
No, I think it should be in wood.
I'm sure the doctor's surgery's in plastic, or if I ask Mr. Hill, he'll tell me, is
I
that
don't care
doctor's
whether
sure
the
in plastic?
surgery is or
Bottom of the
not.
building?
The upstairs is wood, because it's the same windows that you see on the top of the
Yeah, but it's the bottom of the building where the surgery is.
Well, the surgery's an adjoining building, kind of.
The adjoining buildings, wouldn't it? Maybe a key site.
John, maybe we should support, we will change the windows, but they'll be told what they're to put there for sure.
That's right.
to be honest. Well, you can insist they have wood, but maybe they won't be allowed to. Because they've got
Well, maybe they won't, but we can set that. We can
Well, I'd
make
say
us
the surrounding areas have plastic windows and numerous around the reading room itself. So I say that we support them in their application. If there is any problems, that's down for the trust to sort out, not us.
I would go with that.
And I-
Proposer,
I
second,
agree
please.
with both of
I'll
us.
I'll second
Second,
it.
show of hands, please. Those for then. Those for. Four. Those against, please. 2. 4 to 2, please. We support. Next is Seacroft 52 West Street, minor alterations to the fenestration.
Therewith, we're going for we've got plan photos and proposed location plan, let's go with that, so hang on, it's not my round. I should have put it on the PowerPoint, this one any better, was it? It was rotate. Well, it's where those steep steps are on West Street, isn't it?
Where the building is at the old Wesleyan Methodist Church. There's an old name for the yard, I always know it is Louis Doug's boatyard. Just a boatyard, yeah.
The Seacroft is.
Seacroft is the house next to the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
Existing elevations, I thought the wrong way around as well.
There we go.
What do they want to do there?
Which side could you point, which side of the roadside is, Adrian?
Top side.
Top side there, that's West Street there. So what are they proposed to do then, Adrian? You're the man on the drawing.
Right on, that's. Yeah, we can close that down. What was the application to minor alterations to?
And that's great. But it doesn't actually say what.
Hang on.
That's
Good, that's plan.
yeah, it must be correctly.
That's the proposed one on the road there. That one.
Oh, good. Right. I can't even read his writing on here, so let's.
Is it pointing out, is it a bit going to be pointing out to sea, or is it a bit pointing out to side?
It's the side pointing out to the river, Seacroft. Doors in place of window and Juliet balcony. So the well, Juliet balcony, glass, glass. Increased size of window. That's the north. West side. Remove window and make good. Move slate. Something.
Hang.
We need slats so we can cover that one.
And these are the steps down there properly if you want to like that. And a new window.
It will obscured glazing. Can't think of it. Just worry about that, is it?
Nothing at all, really, it's just alterations. Really, it's just alterations of windows that won't be seen from the street. And the glazed window would stop people looking in from the other side.
And looking out, it's always the perception.
That brings more workmen into the village, isn't it? I propose it, accept it.
Show of hands, please. Forward, yeah. Okay, next one we move on to is neighbourhood plan members to receive an update from Councillor Moore.
And it was a busy meeting. Roger was here as one of the group. We have covered quite a lot of ground. There are minutes, and those will go on to the new website when it's up. I'll tell you about that in a moment. The terms of reference have been agreed, and each member has been asked to sign a little piece on the back. I think we might have to talk to you about that.
Okay, yes.
Thank you. And those details, not the signatures, will be also be on the website. We have now finally got the grant of 2,500 from Groundwork. The last stages of doing that are so bureaucratic, however we've done it. We've already agreed what the money will be spent on, so purchase orders have now gone out to Cornwall Rural Communities Charity. They are doing the report and further analysis on the questionnaire. That came to us in draft. We've looked through it and there are amendments to be made to it, which are now with Claire Hurley. When I've got those, that will also go onto the website. What it does is actually I think it's got 8 or 9 sections in it. It's actually drawing our attention to areas that we need to look at further. And that's coming from what people said in that, in the survey responses. So that's going to direct what the steering group is going to be talking about over the next couple of months. A purchase order has gone out to Western Web for a separate neighbourhood development plan website with a link from the parish council website. We are probably going to be in the business of doing further questionnaires, and the plan would be that those are online. So on the website is a good place to have them. The clerk and I and Adrian have agreed that the way that those are going to be managed is that members of the steering group will do the negotiation and talking to people, that all purchase orders and all payments will be handled by Julian. It all goes through the parish council website, but you will keep a separate section for that. When I was doing the application for the grant, I had to give them an outline project plan. First thing we've got to do is put some flesh on that. We've already slipped a month just by messing around with groundwork. So I will have that ready for the next meeting on, I've forgotten when it is again.
29th of July.
On the 27th of July. And we're actually doing this, we're working on the neighbourhood plan at quite a good time, because an awful lot of them are ready to go for inspection, if not for referendum. So it's possible to look at what other people are doing and get a fairly good idea of what works and what doesn't work. We're fairly constrained in what we can look at here because it's the nature of the place. When you look at the definitive map, 2/3 to 3/4 of it is in the area of outstanding natural beauty. Not a lot to be done there. Just got to leave it alone. But fortunately, we've now heard in the last day or two, that Andy Simmons from the National Trust is going to join the steering group. So he will be representative, although he doesn't live in the parish, he is representative of one of the big landowners in the parish, which will be quite useful. The next thing we need to do is, and we agreed this at the meeting, Cornwall Council can carry out or conduct a housing needs survey for us. What that would tell us is what people in this parish want to see in terms of development and what housing needs there are. It's not a hypothetical desktop exercise that Cornwall Council would have done in Truro. This would actually tell us what people want. The way that this works is that Cornwall Council will write to the 520 households who have a council tax account. They know who they are, we don't. So that would be conducted by them. They would then be invited to carry out this questionnaire online. Right. There is a slight problem there, and not everybody's got that, but there is a way around it because they're already doing this for us with the Old Town Council. For those people who are not online or are not confident enough to do it, or don't have access, we would set up, say, in one of the village halls, with people who are on hand to help those people who are not confident to actually complete that online. And Adrian will be the first to tell you that if you're doing questionnaires online, it's much easier to deal with the data that you get. It's more accurate and it's more effective. Next problem, the fire station, the WI hall, Holborn Village Hall, this one don't have Wi-Fi. So we then started discussing this, and there is possibly a way through this, but the steering group is going to need to ask for the council's agreement on how we pursue it.
You can buy a little pack,
Yeah.
and it'll work anyway.
Yeah. Liz Luck, who is on the group, spoke to Margaret Shackley. They've already started talking in terms of money. And this would be through, this is Tanis, who look after Wi-Fi down in Pond. The figure I've got in here, you will know what this is, because I don't know what it is. A 4G LTE 150 Mbps mobile Wi-Fi router. That's £141.96. The installation and the configuration is £69.20. It is also possible to buy an EE SIM only data package, and that would be charged by EE Direct. If we went ahead with this, we'd have to talk properly to Whitecross Village Hall about what kind of support they would be looking for. What I am going to ask, and what we came up, John was there, Roger and Adrian were all there. We are going to ask that the council would agree to part fund this. There are many other ways in which Wi-Fi here could be useful to the whole of the parish over the next few years. Remember I said that there will be other questionnaires to do. This is setting things up so that we can actually get on and do this. Right, over to you.
I totally agree with that, because I was suggesting our meetings, which all meetings we get a Wi-Fi in, I can't believe that doesn't work.
Well, there's what's proposed with the mobile. I've got 4G signals out here, so and that's
They've just boosted that. You can actually buy a pack that you can just drop on any mobile phone, or just leave it in a room and it'll work. You just pay a monthly fee like you do with the mobile phone. But, you know, I could link my phone to there, and you could just use my phone. It wouldn't cost me anything because I've got unlimited data. So there is Wi-Fi is a brilliant thing, but you could just log on my phone and use my phone. There's no issue about getting out. If you've got somebody with a laptop, they just need to connect to a phone, and it will do it automatically.
So it's not, the whole thing about this, you don't have to have a BT line.
Certainly no way.
No.
I wouldn't go
So
to
there's
BT
none
or
of
anything. No way.
No. So I think what I'm asking is, because I am not media savvy or any of this stuff, should I find out more details, please, and then...
You go online and look. If you went to an e-shop, just ask for a router, and it's just a little thing like that, yellow thing. Plug it in the wall, and then it just sends out a signal, and you just log on the computer. And
So the figure I just quoted was down to just over £200. Does that sound reasonable?
I wouldn't know, because the reason I'm saying this is because my son's just changed his job, and where he is, he needed one, so he pays monthly.
Yeah.
It's part of his Apple phone, so I don't actually know what it is.
Yeah. Right.
The thing is with the EE, we've got one in the office. The EE white thing is only specific for EE. It's not a router that everyone connects to. So I'm on Tesco for a while, so I can't connect.
Oh yeah, I haven't got a problem. I just bought this out, it automatically connects to my phone, but that's probably because I'm online. Yeah, but you can buy the independent one. It's not.
But that's the thing. So I think
I propose we sponsor it because it's an access for everybody to use it.
We haven't got a concrete figure here,
Oh right.
have we?
Well, no.
No.
Well, can we propose a grant up to £250 a week they could use for the benefit of finding the best thing for the community? It is for the community.
And it is for the community.
that's it. Because equally with changing the subject slightly, but with the market being up here, if retailers want to use chip and pin,
Yeah, no,
they connect straight to it. And then
it's not very many places you go now, they haven't got it. I mean, it's
So we could kill two birds with one stone.
Yes. I mean, for the sake of the community, which is the parish council, I think it'd be a brilliant idea to get one put in. I reckon, I mean, I don't know how much we can get away with, but if we can grant us £250 to go ahead and purchase the suit.
Can we have a proposal in second?
I'll second it.
I'll propose it.
Show of hands, please.
And it's there for everybody to use, and it's free, so if everybody comes past, and it's sat up there, they can use it. Just needs to be left on all the time, so.
So, the card for the computer you're going to use up here online.
It's not a card, mate, it's just a thing that goes on the wall. When you walk
Yeah,
through,
but how do you get who pays for the unlimited data on it then? Who's the
it's
But
just,
with the village hall will have an account, so how it's paid for, you know, we're proposing a bit more, so, you know, we pay a
We
month, a couple
propose to
months of
support to
data.
buy the equipment, but it's up to the village hall to
Pay the
pay
rent.
for the card, the running costs.
most of them are unlimited. It's just once it's there, it's there. You pay for it once and that's it. It's only a link, it's not,
You're going to use your own account.
well, yes and no. I mean, can't swear on it. I mean, there's different sorts, but most of them are free. It's like you go in a restaurant, your automatic link. It's just.
Yeah. Same as in
It may be a bit more for you. I don't know, to be fair, I don't know because I haven't needed to go down that route before, but I mean, I think we should at least perhaps find out how much it is and pay for the first year, and then hopefully, there'll be funding available for it that we can just, I think it's a community to have.
So the proposal is that we grant towards the village hall,
Grant 250 towards it.
to grant 250 towards it to advance 4G
Yeah.
Wi-Fi in this village hall for the purpose of the neighbourhood plan and other users.
Yeah, perhaps they could report back to us what the general cost is going to be, and then we can perhaps debate. But I mean, these days it's such a handy thing, and I mean, so many people use it now. It's just strange not having it, to be honest.
Right, we quite happy with that one?
Does that
Do
make
you
sense to you?
propose it?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, show of hands, please.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I've already mentioned that Andy Simmons is going to join the group, and I'm going down to talk to Karen Thomas tomorrow afternoon. We did also write to the Harbour Commission. Did we ever hear from them?
Yeah, she said they were going to put it to their meeting.
Okay. Right. And that's what we've got so far. The next meeting is 27th of July, 7 o'clock in the WI hall.
Sorry, Pat, I thought you needed authorisation for the actual housing needs survey itself, or don't need that yet?
No, we can't do, until the Wi-Fi is set up. All I said to Victoria Reid at the Cornwall Council, yes, the steering group is interested. Does that need to come back to the council?
Well, I thought you didn't have money for that, so you needed
We've got the money for the housing lease survey.
Oh, that's right, thanks.
Yeah. We haven't got the money for setting up Wi-Fi. Thank you.
So that's the neighbourhood plan finished.
Yes, thank you. And
Next.
thank you for everybody for the support.
Next is planning applications approved by Cornwall County Council for information only. Penryn and Key Cottage, what they say, New Road Forward, still a mixed over within it. It's approved. As soon as I can read Dutch, toe in the water, down by Biddenick Ferry, that's been approved for the amendments. Next item we go on to, item D.
Sorry, John, can I come back to Pierre Donville? I don't know whether anybody else has driven down there recently. We came up this morning, they've got a van parked in the entrance, which is sticking out into the road. So if you've got ferry traffic queuing to go down the hill and you've got traffic coming up from the ferry, you're going to find it difficult to park there.
They've already been informed about this, and this will lead us on because photographs have been given to Edwina, and we're in consultation with Edwina, and she's called the police on them.
Okay.
Because myself went down there the other week, and there was a van and two cars totally blocking the opposite right side of the road and turning the bars closed.
Yeah, I went past, there was a lorry there, not like I got there, but then I got in around.
Karen Toms has also sent a photograph of the council showing the blockage. They've been spoken to, and this leads us to the schedule attached to the application and decision for PA 15 of Lake Treble 192. Condition 5, which by reading this out you'll see they're in complete breach of. No development shall commence, including any works of demolition, until a construction traffic method statement has been submitted to and approved by the local planning authority. The approved statement should be adhered to throughout the construction period. The statement should provide for the parking of vehicles of site operatives and visitors, loading and loading of plant and materials, storage of plant, the erection and maintenance of security hoarding, decorative displays and facilities for public viewing, measures to control the emission of dust and dirt during construction, hours of working. Reason, to ensure the development is undertaken in a manner which reduces any potential impact upon residential amenities and in the interest of highway safety issues, in accordance with the aims and intentions of paragraph 17, section 4 of the National Planning Framework Policy 2012. This pre-commencement condition is required in order to ensure that a safe vehicle access arrangement and working practice for construction traffic is agreed to the site at the time site work commences in the interest of safety of site workers / other road users and neighbouring occupants. As you can see by that statement there, they're in complete breach.
Did they submit that to the council?
Yes, this
No, that's the plan, that's the
that
plan.
comes from the local planning.
That's the condition. How do you know they haven't submitted a
We haven't seen anything.
well, it won't come to us. They only have to submit it.
How do we enforce it? Because they're
We
blocking
don't
the
know.
roads.
It's because we can't.
You know,
We're not forward enough for that, John. I'm sorry, but they're not going to get as involved, are they? To be
Yeah,
honest.
but
They go to the big boys.
at
not
the
just
end of the
the-
day, we have the ferry company.
It might be a breach of
writing to
that
us.
statement, but the fact is they might have a traffic management plan and they are actually adhering to it.
From what I've seen,
Yeah, but you've seen it, John. They might just say, we're going to block the road and do what we like, and they might have passed it. You can't say it until you read it. And they're not going to come looking at you like, John, I'm going to park the van. They're not that.
It's
They might-
I agree it's frustrating, but
it's going to end up in our lap because
I think you need to ask the council for it, read it, and then make a comment. But at the moment, you've got absolutely no idea at all what they said they would and wouldn't do. So how can you say they're breaching it when you don't know what they've done?
because when we wrote this statement, when we wrote this statement out in the planning application, because we knew there were going to be traffic difficulties down there.
Yeah, they might not have written that down on their plan, John. You need to
Maybe
get
I
a
just
plan
come
before
at
you
the
say.
right time, but I come over several times a week and go back, and I haven't had any trouble.
Well, I've witnessed it.
You've witnessed it.
I have.
well, as long as it's being passed on, that is all that can be done, and that's all we can do. So
I suggest perhaps you ask for a copy of it so then you can scrutinise it and then make a comment. But I don't think you can comment on it, John, until you've read what it said. That's just a bit, you need to read it before. I know what you're saying, you're probably absolutely right, and they probably have breached it, but you can't comment on something you don't know about because you've read it.
and equally they've certainly caused disruption. But it's so.
There's probably allowed 20 minutes distraction during the day because they're going to be unloading and load a lorry. That would be part of the plan. That's what these things do. When you go on a site and do that sort of thing, that's what you do.
Bones Meadow revisited.
Well, this is what we was frightened of in the first place.
They didn't take any notes at Bones Manor, did they? So
They didn't think apply to the notice.
So we need to
I come over and
can I
there's.
propose perhaps that
yeah.
Lynn writes to ask for a copy, and then perhaps we should scrutinise it, and then we might have some grounds to stand on to make a complaint. But I can't see how you can complain about something going away.
I'm only pretty because I've just written that. I'm only pretty because I've just written that.
Oh, okay.
So we'll up at the next meeting.
Yeah. But I just don't think you can pass comment on anything, or we can't pass comment to be read it. It might be well within. They might be allowed. I mean, I know for a fact we're working on site. We are allowed so many hours of the day if we're unloading and reloading lorries to stop traffic.
And you're under no obligation to
No,
tell the local
because it's their
council.
own business. I mean, we work on the dockyards and places like that, and we have to do that kind of thing. It's part of installation. Someone goes out, and that's what their job is. They write the format So you come along and say, "Arr," and then they say, well, hang on a minute, we had 4 more minutes to do, you can't do anything about it, John. And that's unfortunately, I would have guaranteed someone would have a bit of smartness because he knew where it is. But I would read it first before you comment because they could get upset.
I should say
They're
thank
not
you
going
very
to
much for
go
that.
to you and say, oh, by the way, John, I should go to the today, so you're blocking the road for 20 minutes.
I should say thank you very much for the information, and we'll scrutinise it when we get the reply back from
So I think until you actually get it, I don't think you can really comment.
Any other councillor got any comment?
No, that's the best way forward.
We're suitably educated.
And in the meantime, if you or any member of the public has a problem, pass it on to.
You're doing the right thing, but I think personally we can't make a comment until we've actually read what it says. So I would guarantee you there will be some clause in there that they can unload.
Well, they have the right to unload.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but also parking as well.
Also parking.
They're probably operating, but at the end of the day, I think you should read it before you comment.
So we can offer them free parking along the wall outside.
We could charge them it, John.
So we can,
And we all can pay that touch to yeah.
really next time any construction work like this comes up, it pays us, as soon as a problem arises, to ask the planning authority, can we see your traffic management plan?
You should be by law. Yeah.
But we're not bound by law to be informed of it.
Why would they? They wouldn't get involved, do they? Well, that's people that know the better. That's the whole idea.
You know, I'm a novice councillor, I'm only learning these tricks of the trade.
Well, believe me, there's lots of rules.
If you were to go to the water.
No, anybody any more questions on tow and order?
I think we've exhausted that.
We're exhausted, right. Next is diary dates, full council meeting 25th of July at 4 and WI Hall. Right, finally, closed session. In the view of the special confidential nature of the business about to be transacted, it is advisable in the public interest that the press and the public be excluded and they are restricted to withdraw. So good night, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your comments and your attendance.